Hi everyone, I want to welcome you all to the February edition of The Source. So for this month's edition of our newsletter, we want to talk about innovation, and let me kind of get into why. So first of all, I'm Andrew Budsock. I'm a board member at the Global Sourcing Council. I've been there for a year. And I chair some of our programs, including our programs surrounding the Sustainable Development Goals. And I also had the privilege of chairing our annual meeting this year, which took place January 30th. And the theme of our meeting this year was innovation, which is really going to be critical when it comes to sustainability, successful implementation and scaling of the SDGs, and sustainability in general as a business community. So first, I just want to say some thank yous. So the title of our annual meeting this year was Unlocking the Business Value of Sustainability Through Innovation. And like I said, I'm going to get into why. So we had a lot of really great speakers this year. Our keynote speaker was Paul Polizotto, who's the president and founder of CBS Eco Media. We also had our very own Arnaud Brohy on a panel discussion, in addition to Don Emling from Thomson Reuters, Fenny Wang from the ICSO Foundation. We talked a lot about really cool innovation with blockchain technology, which I'll get into. Stephen D'Onofrio and Martin Hoffman from Greenpoint Innovations, which do phenomenal work around monitoring the supply chain of forest commodities using drones through their Sustainable Drone program. So definitely check them out, and I'll get into that in a little bit as well. And another thank you to Mike Noel from Foodterra, and Christopher Walker from the World Business Council on Sustainable Development, who also provided great thought leadership to our meeting on January 30th. So a big thank you to them. A big thank you again to Thomson Reuters, Eco Media, and CO2 Logic for sponsoring our event. It was a phenomenal event hosted at Thomson Reuters. A lot of really dynamic conversations, which we're hoping to carry on into this year. So like I was talking about, the theme of the meeting was innovation. So why innovation? Why is this so important? And why now? Well, the theme of our 2017 meeting were the Sustainable Development Goals, which was timely because of their implementation in 2015. So we're looking to build on that, and innovation is really going to be a key to unlocking value with regard to the SDGs. When we're thinking about innovation, this is all kind of underscored by this context of these big sustainability mega forces that are driving how business is responding and society is responding to how we function in society. So we're faced with massive population growth, an expanding middle class, unsustainable trends of rapid urbanization, consumption, and again, in the background we have a changing climate, rapid deforestation and global ecosystem decline, to name a few. So, these are really big drivers, and we need to think about, as a business community, how to address them. One way to do this, one way we've thought about doing this, and one way that we are doing this as a business community is through different types of frameworks to monitor and track environmental social governance or ESG data. So this has been one way of doing that. Another way, like I was just talking about, kind of at a more national scale, is through the Sustainable Development Goals, so the UN SDGs, which you might have heard a lot about in the past couple of years, otherwise known as the 2030 Agenda. So this is another way of kind of organizing how we think about environmental issues, social issues that are relevant material to your business. So while those are good and they do provide guidance, there's a lot of challenges involving, okay, how do you scale those? These are very high level type goals. Yes, there are lots of targets and indicators, but we need to think about how to scale those down. So that's one way in which innovation can play a role when we're thinking about data. You can really only scale and figure out what type of data to be measuring, what type of story to tell, if you have the right technology and the right tools to actually track, the right management frameworks and track the data, and be able to measure that through time and see as a business, okay, how am I doing? So another thing that's really going to be important moving forward is innovative social entrepreneurship. This was really prevalent at our January 30th meeting. One in particular, our sponsor CBS Eco Media, through Paul Polizotto's leadership, they direct part of ad spends to support critical social and environmental programs that are typically underfunded. So this is so innovative because it's essentially creating a new business model that's tapping into a resource that was not being utilized prior to that. So this is one just really quick example of what we can do with innovation. It doesn't necessarily have to be a technology. It can be innovating a business model, having a new idea, just thinking outside of the box to create something new and create business value. So another speaker at the event was from the ICSO Foundation, Fenny Wang, from the ICSO Foundation, and what they're doing at the ICSO Foundation is harnessing blockchain technology to verify and obtain high-quality data on impact. So this is important, obviously, because when we do have environmental social programs, you need to be able to quantify that impact and also be able to verify impact. So why is this important? It's important because if you can verify impact, you're more likely to bring in additional fundraising dollars and be able to just better have an idea of, okay, we're putting money here, or we have these programs, and are they actually helping people? Are they actually helping the environment moving forward? So it's also a way to make sure that you're spending money wisely. So another quick example, like I said before, is Greenpoint Innovations. Do a lot of really phenomenal work when it comes to using drones to monitor forest commodity supply chains. So, mounting drones with new types of sensors, such as near infrared, which are able to track and provide information on vegetative health. So if you're a farmer or you're a logger and you're in the lumber industry, you want to be able to know, okay, how are my plants doing in the field? Well, this is one way you can do this mount a sensor on a drone, and you'll be able to better track that data. Another way that they're using drones is through, storytelling is so important to ESG, and being able to communicate the progress that we make moving forward is really vital, especially today. So, if we can tell stories in more innovative ways, using drones, using aerial photography, we can really have impact, and that's kind of what it's all about. So again, I hope this was a really quick sampling of what you'll find in this month's edition of The Source. Please check it out. If you want to learn more about our January 30th meeting, please follow us on all social media. So at Global Sourcing on Twitter, find us on Facebook, Global Sourcing Council. Also check out our website, www.gscouncil.org, where you'll see there's going to be a video of the event. We also have a Facebook live stream. There will be lots of photos that we'll be posting with the hashtag GSC Innovate, so also follow that hashtag to see the different types of thought leaders we had at the event and get an idea of the conversations that we had at the event, and we're looking forward to continue having with you throughout the year. So thank you, and please check out The Source and read through the content. We hope you like it. Thanks.